Well, what do we see here? A composer that sometimes in the past actually uploaded some music here. Oh, things have changed, and quite much so. I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about how I have now made a company, how this YouTube channel is going to go back to what it had been, and very much so that music is going to be something that this channel, especially in terms of remakes and music of original quality, is going to get back to with some extreme changes. Ooh. So, some background. As you know, in the past, I did remakes, I did music, original music, and I did commission. I sold my music to people, I made money with that. However, in recent years, I have seen kind of change in my mind what I want to do. And I'm going to be bringing that into making games. Why I have made a company that is going to be focusing on making games and publishing eluukkanen. Why I've done that? I don't really know where to start, because I think I did the video about how I failed last few weeks ago, and I think it went really well. I was able to say what I felt, and I think that's very important. Recently I've had some problems in my personal life, especially on the verge of trying to become independent in all of aspects in life, financially and otherwise. And I don't know, have you yet gone through that change? But it is quite interesting one in its ups and downs. Personally, this channel originally was a place for doing something that I really liked. The remakes and bringing them forward. Also the music. I love doing original music. While it does not see that much of interest as the remakes, I like doing original music for the fact that it is sort of like a discussion when I make the music and when I share the music, because the music is a language, and I personally, when I make music, it is a sort of like a storytelling device for me, and I'm able to get some ideas that I cannot really have with discussion, mere talk, mere words. I can put them into words of music, and then later on trying to commercialize it with selling it and making it, commissions. It is something that I am still very favorable in doing. I would, but things have changed. I have looked at other options, and I want to combine many of the interests I have into this very big one. One of the big things I personally want to do in my life, if someone would ask me what is the goal for your life, I want to make connections that matter. I want to make a community that is actually not just a fest to one or two or three even people. I want to make a community that is a very welcoming one for artists, individuals, for creative people, and eluukkanen is for that. In my personal life, all of us, we have had to go through some things. Personally, I think there's no place for artists or creative people to go to and share their works, truly. Because all of the social medias, all of the YouTubes, of course, you can do a channel for the topic or music on the topic that people want to hear. And for me, remakes on some part have been that. Of course, the passion is always there as well, because making Digimon remakes and such, it's fun. It's part of my childhood. I'm proud of doing that. But making, let's say, if there's a group of people that want to actually do something similar to these great things in the past, bring something new to the table and talk about it, make it happen. There's no place for that. I've went through many communities and seen them being only made for either for like a one individual thing, like making memes, which is of course fun, but on my mind it's not productive. I really want to have a place that is also a lovely place, but a productive place. And the other one is that it's either it can be just kind of like a temple for one individual. Instead of being a village, it's a temple that everyone goes to and worship this one big social media star. And I personally do not want to get involved in those sort of things. They are waste of time on my mind. That's why I've never wanted to build a community around just myself. No, not at all. And you have seen that when I've done the Discord group. I've changed that and put that into building a community instead of making a cult, which I see no value in it. That's what I want to do, and those sort of steps I've been taking with Elogas going forward. And again, I'm going to repeat what Elogas is. It's a community, a publishing group of community of creative people. We're going to make big games, like believe it or not, big games, big books, big things. But as a community, we're going to be making a community that has ideas, have creative ideas, and free criticism, and people putting their own ideas to those, and then we put and create stuff. That I want to do. I think there's a possibility that it can be such a beautiful thing, but it needs growing. We have 160 people right now, and I have a company up. I have a first few products in development by myself, and then opening them when we have a good standing on to others, and as we've already done, done some collaborations. So that is what I want to do. I'm going to be dedicating a lot of my life for that. The next thing is I just want to do some fun things here for me personally. You saw me streaming Breath of the Wild just a moment ago, game that I'm not a gaming channel, but I want to get more involved in the games because I love gaming. I love certain game styles that have been on my mind forgotten, and I think it's fun to just chat around and meet people like a few times from Mexico, from other parts of Europe, from Africa, from so many places. This I want to do. I love it to this day, and even though I'm small fish in the pond, it's a lovely pond to swim around, I tell you that much. The third thing I want to do is I want to continue with music, whatever happens. I've not been the best one to release my music in the most cohesive fashion, but I'm going to be putting my head against the wall, so to speak, as much as I can, because of course my music is a story that has no context. Let's say if I make a album about, let's say, folklore, as I've done, it's very hard to share that around with a very small, like if I just post irregularly music here and there, which I had to do to build my independent life. Before this point, I was in a work on many places, individual work to collect some resources, and I was able to get a negotiation for financial investment for the company I'm doing. So there's been lots of work behind this all, and very much the YouTube has been kind of left out of the position. On my part, I feel my YouTube place, which I'm doing, is very niche thing, and I feel to keep it that way, because I have had some very good connections come from that, from people that I actually care about. I have had from my YouTube history just meeting all sorts of people that I think that are good, but then later on just seem to kind of turn to be something that I'm glad I didn't trust those people too much. And I personally want to kind of have this in a small scale without just growing too much. I've watched some of the big tubers, and as they describe their situation on getting backstabbed by many when they do this sort of stuff, I do not want to be in that sort of situation. So very much eluukkanen is going to be what eluukkanen is. I'm not going to be anything else. That's a certain thing. That's certain. That is a certainty. So now you have heard some background things what I've been doing, with of course very surface-based information, very low amount of information, but still you know something, because I don't want to make a video that is now 30 minutes long to try to explain things, because time of explanation is over. We need action. And that action will be, I'm starting to do videos again. Oh yeah, some interesting videos. Oh yeah, I'm starting to do videos that are first remakes. Oh yeah, and then I put my own work, music. Oh yeah, and that all the music I put there, I will have all the links for free to be downloaded. Oh, actually, that's a lie. 80% of the music will be free, so that's still a lot. I put a lot of music out there, and then the rest of 20% of music was going to be perhaps something that can be only accessed by, you know, some certain individuals like patrons, but still a lot of stuff. And that is going to be my plan going forward with the music. Music is not my sole project anymore. I have a full-time job in eluukkasen group. I have full-time job on making the Final Fallacy project that I'm doing, which of course if you want to hear more information about, please follow this channel more. And you know, put the notification things on, because I'm going to be sharing you more information when we go forward. Hopefully some individuals that have followed my stuff and think that, you know, some of my music is good, those people could perhaps follow me to the game side as well, with what I'm doing, which is a very big project. I'm going to be explaining more about that in later time. But yeah, talking videos are over. You know, I've noticed one thing in life. You can't really explain things to people like in a coherent fashion, or perhaps because I do not have the greatest speaking ability. Some people have said that to me, and sometimes that might be true. But what I want to say is very much that eluukkanen is not over. Eluukkanen is going to be doing big things. I had a plan of doing more interviews of composers, making this more composer channel. I want to make a tutorial for composer series that's going to be going through what composing needs and what is composing in this modern day and age. That is a plan of mine. Of course, we shall still see. Is it going to be a real plan or just some cloudy dreams? But we are going to take a look of that. We are going to see where it goes. And I want to still say one thing about if you want to see my music go forward, please consider putting some time to share my videos. I don't want to now start asking money for the Patreon thing. I know I have a Patreon thing, but instead of asking that, any kind of sharing of my videos actually would help a lot. Because ultimately, like the money thing, it's huge. It would help me to do more stuff, as you know, Patreon has been offering me a job to able to purchase more music equipment and such. But obviously, you know, growing this place with your support by sharing, it does mean a lot. If you have any social medias, or if you want me to help your social medias, join to eluukkasen group. There's a link down description, and I want to help you out as well. It's not just me asking your help. I know many people have their old dreams, you know, what do you want to do. Some people want to be composers and such. You know, I have limited time to help. I cannot help everyone, but I want to build a community, and very tight sort of community that actually supports each other. And that is a goal of mine. If you want to help these videos, if you like these videos, share them and like them. If you like, that's about it. I don't ask anything more. Anything extra you do is just a plus thing, I suppose, you know, very good thing. But the main thing is, let's communicate, let's make it so that we can help each other out. Join the community. If you have a dream of yours, perhaps it can be done if it's not too big. Like, I cannot make you an astronaut, but if there's a, let's say, interest for you to become a composer, or, you know, sharing your artwork in the group and perhaps getting the projects, that is something I can do, help you out. Limitedly, but still in some value, I can do that. Thank you for watching. Wherever you are, whoever you are, I wish you a good day. See you later.